it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kind of patient, cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I decided to come live. I literally just threw on a t-shirt. I'm gonna fix my camera a little bit, that way you don't see all my paints. Tika's one free pink pick. Man, there's some activity going on. I don't know. I mean, it's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm not sure if Asia's like doing something, but I know that we're touching this. It's 128-day EMA, right? Yeah, 128-day EMA, which we're gonna touch at this point. I expect it to touch. I don't expect it to break through that. But it's interesting that this is happening, because as this is happening, I'm watching the altcoins. You know, Bitcoin's down over the last 7 days. Bitcoin's down a total like 3%, while a lot of these alts are pumping. And Stellar Lumens, at least in the coins I care most about at the moment, Stellar Lumens is kicking tail. Even in the last 24 hours, Dent is even getting some play. I mean, this is really interesting stuff. Over the last 7 days, Stellar Lumens has gone up 31.86%. Almost 16% in the last 24 hours, where almost everything else has come back down a bit. So I don't think that this is necessarily I don't think this is necessarily like a huge altcoin rally or anything. I don't even think it's the start of anything. I honestly don't know exactly what's going on, other than the fact that Bitcoin's been kind of dumping a bit. And, people are going, it's a correction and it's this, and I get it, folks. I'm still calling it a dump because that's what's happening. I think it's going to come down here. I think it's going to at least touch this. I think we're going to get another candle. This is a daily candle. So if I were to hazard a guess, we're probably going to start a new candle here in a half hour or so, and it's going to continue down, and it's going to touch this. It might wick through it, but I don't think it's going to fall under it. I would be really surprised if it did that. If you can tell, the 128-day EMA didn't even cross above or under the price action until this date here, April 3rd. And the price has been above it ever since. Now, it's come close to touching it. Again, we're on a daily. We've got a resistance line here. I mean, look, I don't think we're going to crash to 8,000 or anything. It would be interesting if we saw 8,500 though, even though I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on. I just know that what's happening is actually having an impact lately, because we're watching the Bitcoin dominance drop now. I'm pretty sure it hit 70%, and now it's down to 66.61. So people are throwing some Bitcoin into alts. Wait a minute. I don't want that. I want to see. Now, some of these that are popping up, I don't know what the hell it is. ABBC coin, I don't know what that is. Up 50% over the last 7 days. Cool. Quant, I know, is something that a lot of people are digging and have been getting into, up 40%. But Stellar Lumens, man, 0x is doing pretty well. IOTA even up 20%, even holding some of that 7-day pump over the last 24 hours, which is a pretty cool sign. BeltX, that's doing pretty well at 8 cents, up 18 over the last 7 days, still holding. I mean, up 20% over the last 24 hours. I have no idea what BeltX even is. XRP up 15%. Ethereum's up 15%. Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at Cardano and I'm thinking, okay, it's nice to see Cardano above 5 cents for a change. And that's very cool. I know there's some stuff coming, but to see it only pump 13% over the last 7 days, while some of this other stuff, I mean, this is the entire market. So this is basically the top performers in the last 7 days. Stellar is one of the top 4 top performers over the last 7 days, with Cardano, Ethereum, Tron is up here. I mean, the top 20, Cardano's at least in the top 20 with Tron, Ethereum, XRP. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I actually have. So I'm actually pretty excited to see a lot of that growth and that stuff happening, because this is kind of giving me a bit of an indication as to what to expect in a major altcoin rally. And the thing of it is just because a particular token or a particular altcoin project doesn't pump right now, doesn't mean it's not going to have its day. But I'm getting kind of an idea as to what to expect in terms of what people are looking for. So I'm basically screenshotting this and taking a look at what projects are pumping and why, and then going a little bit deeper into finding out what is the sentiment? Why is money going into these projects when Bitcoin is going down? What do some of these people out there know that I don't? So, nice to see some green for a change. Yes, it is. And, Bitcoin. And keep in mind, too, this is still inside this descending triangle. So we haven't broke, up or down. We haven't broke out of it in either direction for quite a while now. I mean, it's been, been kind of tightening up, and we're likely going to, my guess is we're going to see some sort of breakout. Now, this could be a, not preamble, I'm not sure what word I'm looking for here. This could be where it touches this before it spikes back up and potentially breaks out of this descending triangle and starts establishing a new trend to the upside, hopefully to 20 grand, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. I haven't seen or read anything that anybody else has done literally all week, so I have no idea. This is all just my own kind of like what I'm seeing, not based on anything anybody else is doing. But I do want to take a look at Stellar and dive into this with a little bit more detail and try to get it. I mean, look at this. All this stuff is down. Stellar is still green, and it's at 77 cents. All-time high in USD was only 93 cents. So that's pretty interesting. A break-even multiple. So if you had, so basically this has to go up about 12x just to get to the break-even point of its all-time high. So if you bought Stellar Lumens at its all-time high, I love that I'm actually doing an altcoin video and I wasn't even planning on it. That's pretty damn cool. I like it. It's a bull flag. Yeah, I mean, potentially, but I've seen some of these go backwards. When you've got this big run up and then a nice big flag, typically that means it's going to go up from there. I did a video on that, so I guess you're watching. So I'm very well aware, and that's what I'm kind of saying. I'm hoping that maybe this touches the 128-day moving average and spikes and moves up, sets a new trend from there. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I just hope that it takes the altcoin market with it. When this happened in the last cycle, Bitcoin was around 8,500 or so, and then boom, it just shot up like a mad maniac. But I think a lot of people are still waiting to see what's going to happen. Transaction volume over the last 24 hours is only 1.5 million. So this is interesting. $1.5 million of transactional volume over the last 24 hours. Never settles. Tipped a buck. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Adjusted transactional volume over the last 24 hours. This is interesting. Number of active addresses. Almost 28,000 active addresses. Number of transactions in the last 24 hours. 153. You know what I wish? I wish Screener had up and down metrics, like the baseline and then how much that's gone up, and then almost like a ticker. That would actually be really interesting data to see. Stellar Lumens, last 90 days, it's had 146 GitHub commits, 716. I mean, it's a little light in terms of development. Let me take a look at this. XLM, Stellar Lumens scoring a 795. A 795 on the FCAS tracker. I've actually been doing a lot of work late at night. I want to refresh this, yo. I'm going to see if it has to be refreshed. Oops. Yeah. Going to log in or not. That's my email and I use one. I don't really care much. But my portfolio, this isn't really my portfolio, but hold on. There we go. So, oh, it's gone up. So it's went from, so the Stellar Lumens score, the FCAS score has gone up over 100 points. And I'm guessing this was in the last 24 to 48 hours because that was the last time I looked at this specific chart and I haven't refreshed it. So that's really interesting. That, I mean, I've been diving into what is making up these FCAS numbers because I'm trying to come up with my own system and I'm trying to figure out, like, they apparently pull in a lot of blockchain data and things like that directly, and then they kind of establish their own internal metrics for what's happening on the blockchain. But at the same time, that blockchain data is right here. So, you know, there's a lot of that information can be, you know, broken down right here. So I'm not sure, but I will say that a lot of the projects that I have, we're getting some pretty decent pumps in this run. And when you're looking at the top 20 out of 3,000 different coins, I think I'm on the right track. And I definitely needed to see this. I definitely, man, I mean, just with everything going on lately, it would be nice to see my portfolio. Like, this is to me an indication that I picked some good stuff, like, you know, before the market crash and even during, you know, even when things were kind of coming down, it's like nobody really knew like what was going to happen, right? It's like you don't know how long is this going to last, and you know, when is it going to start going back up? And I picked a pretty decent time because I definitely picked a time when a lot of the alts were down and Ethereum was still kind of up, and so I've got a pretty promising spread there. So we'll see what happens, but it's definitely nice to see what's happening. We'll take a look at this on a 1 hour just to kind of get an idea. And what a that looks like diarrhea. I mean, that's not just a dump, that's running. Wow. That's an hour chart. Let me take a look at chat and see what's going on. Alts also dumping, not only Bitcoin. A lot of alts are, but preemptive move. It's a bull flag. Stellar is interesting right now. It surely is, sir. Let's talk about the Crow Trader. Well, all right. If you go to crowtrader.com, so you're going to see build 216 right now. It's available for download. And you need a license key for the bot to operate. But this build, I will tell you right now, is basically it's more of an alpha build for CoinBase. But as of a few minutes ago, as the developer's been in, basically let me know what's going on. He's getting ready to drop a beta build. So we're going to drop a beta build here soon. And I wouldn't even bother with this build, to be quite frank. It shows you like, hey, this is happening and you can do some stuff, but you need a brand new database. So if you used Aquatos, or if you have a previous version of Crow Trader and you download this, it functions much better with a clean database. You want to start everything fresh. And then I'm going to say you're probably going to want to do it again when the beta build drops, which I'm guessing maybe tomorrow. So, yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day, but this is coming along, man. And like, if you saw what I see in Telegram, I'm like starting to get kind of excited. Like just the ability to be able to trade a lot of the stuff against USD pairs on Coinbase makes me feel really excited, because a lot of these strategies that are already in here are probably going to do pretty well. I'm actually looking forward to get the beta build, because I have not even used this build yet. because the developer's like, look, it's alpha, and I know, in real time what issues are popping up, what the developers are finding, any little bugs, things that they're tightening up on. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to wait until the beta build, because according to what I'm seeing, right, I'm like looking at it right now. Future feature. I mean, there's some cool stuff coming. But I am getting excited, and I cannot wait to be able to start trading with CoinTrader actively and be able to start being like, look what I did today. Like, that is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to be able to get back to that. I'm just not, it's not my way, man. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna pump it and be like, go buy CoinTrader because I'm making all this money. I'm not gonna tell you guys that right now because it wouldn't be true. So, but hopefully someday, someday sooner than later, I expect this to do very well. Chainwise, I'm going to give you guys an update on Chainwise because I just made a drastic, bold move today. And I'll be very curious to see what comes of it. So we're 50 days out from Chainwise, and a lot of companies, if you see my Twitter, actually, that's what I'll do. I'll show you my Twitter. Tweet-a-leedy. On my Twitter, I posted a graphic. Oh, Charles is drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, what's happening? I know I'm going to be going on Kiana Danielle's channel here, I think, fairly soon. I'm just waiting. Let me find it. Not to find it. Oh, here we go. So this is on my Twitter. Free starter booths. So I want... I even sent out a big email. I think it's still sending because it sends out in batches. I'm basically going to do, like, we have space for 110 by 10 booths. And I want them full. I want everybody that comes to this event to get an education from the speakers, from me, from everybody that's going to be presenting. I want everybody there to be exposed to so many new cool projects and find their favorite. And, look, I get it. It's difficult to try and plan a convention and to get everybody excited about, traveling to, some place when, it's expensive. And so I'm like, you know what? Like I've been telling everybody from the beginning, Chainwise isn't about me making a fortune. It's not even about me making money. I just don't want to lose any. So I'm like, look, you've got opportunities. If you're a crypto project out there, you can come to Chainwise. Your booth is free with the exception of you just have to pay for the pipe and drape of your booth and any power. Typically, that's going to be $160 or less. For a booth at a convention that is... there are add-ons. So like if you want a television interview and you want an interview that, whether it's with me or an interviewer that ends up becoming part of the content on my channel and the television series on Biz TV and other networks, because I'm going to be working on getting it aired all over the place. There are going to be add-ons for that if you want to be a speaker, all kinds of stuff. So I'm kind of looking at it like, people just need to register and get their booths, and that's it. This QR code right here, if you go to my Twitter, you scan that, it takes you directly to the registration form to register your booth. And it doesn't matter to me. This is for anybody. This is for influencers, crypto media, anybody that wants to be a part of Chainwise. The only other thing that I'm expecting, people that get a starter booth, which are 10 by 10 booths. I want everybody to submit their own press release about their support and coming to Chainwise. If I had, even 50 different companies that are basically getting what's ultimately a free booth, it's not 100% free. You're paying, the pipe and drape and power, but you're not paying for the booth. Basically, you're not paying for the space. You're paying for what's in it, which is the pipe and drape to get you set up. You'll be able to upgrade your booths if you want to a larger size with, couches, chairs, whatever. But this is going to start you off. Free booth at Chainwise. I'm putting my fucking money where my mouth is. I'm putting this. I'm basically saying, look, there are so many conventions out there that are just raping, projects. And, it's like, and it's all kind of a cash grab. I haven't structured it this way. And Beatles is coming for sure. Monarch is a big sponsor of the event, so they're gonna have a big ass booth. And Beatles is going to be speaking as well, and it's going to be a fun time. I can tell you that right now. And I know that a bunch of us are going to be going out after, Friday and Saturday. We're going to be going out. We're going to have a good time. I'll be letting everybody know. Like, you'll be able to come hang out with us. We'll be, I don't know where all we're going to be yet. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And if you know a crypto project and they want exposure and they want to be a part of something cool, this is their opportunity. There's never going to be anything like this ever again, plain and simple. So that's their opportunity. Bitcoin mining, crowmining.com. The miners are literally on their way. Any day, these miners are going to show up at the facility, and then I'm going live with Amir. And we're going to tell everybody what's going on, give everybody a time frame. So, yeah, man, Crow Trader, chain-wise, it's all popping. Should I say it? Should I say what's happening with Crowsnest X? Does anybody even care about Crowsnest X? Does anybody even plan on using it? I don't know. Do you guys care? Because I can wait. I don't have to talk about it. I know a project called Cardano. Yes, I do too. Chris A cares about Crowsnest X. Okay, all right. Some of you guys care. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't feel loved. I'm just kidding. You guys show so much love, and I appreciate it. I just came from financial advice. I don't give financial advice, fool. I'm a dumbass on YouTube. Don't ever listen to any of us. I don't care how good we are. The best traders in the world are not sitting around on YouTube telling you how to make money. The rest of us are just guessing. We're just trying to make sense of it all. The real players in any given market are not sitting around on YouTube. They're busy counting their money or smoking it. So just keeping it real. I also care about the Miracle site you showed us. Yeah, there's not going to be any new news coming out on that for a while. Crypto alts are not pumping. Hold on, take a look. So, I will say that the, man, this is an hour chart and it looks so nasty. I'm just curious. Yeah, look at that 30-minute. Gosh. All right, go back to a 4-hour. That's disturbing. You know what? It doesn't matter where you slice it. The daily chart is a little more palatable. And let me go back to the altcoins. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. So, like, even the altcoins are starting to hit a little bit, but Bitcoin dominance is still going down. So I don't know. People cashing out. I don't know what's happening here. This is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. But I mean, if you're looking at everything from a 7-day perspective, the altcoins have been getting a decent little pump. I just think it's fizzling out at this point. So, we'll just have to see what happens moving forward. XRP of 15% up this is, 15% up over the last 7 days, down 4% over the last 24 hours. So it kind of pumped and then it's receding a bit. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, Crowsnest X, a lot more of you care. Okay. Let's just say that as of this point, Crowsnest X is expected to launch October 1st. So it's right around the corner, man. And I'm not even, the beta's been going great. People seem to really like it. They like the user interface. They love how it feels and they love the way it works. And, man, it's been over a year since I started with this. And, I gotta thank everybody. I'm gonna, when we launch, I'm gonna do a big video and I'm gonna just thank everybody associated with getting it to where it's at. We're gonna be doing an STO, but I'm gonna tell you guys, the majority of you guys are not gonna be able to participate in the STO. It is gonna be accredited investors only, and there's gonna be a pretty sizable minimum. But there will be opportunities for people. And so, that was an exciting 10 minutes. Will Crow Trader work on Crowsnest X eventually? As much as I would love to say yes, I did have this discussion with my lawyers and, they said that it would be a conflict. if I it would like, here's the thing, from the SEC's perspective, which according to the SEC, if I'm not trading securities on Crowsnest X, they have no jurisdiction over it whatsoever. And initially we're not. However, even if even if how do I want to put this? Like, I would love nothing more than to have CrowTrader operating under APIs on Crowsnest X. It helps everybody. To me, it definitely helps me because it'll help my volume. You know what I mean? However, my lawyers are like, no. It's not. It would be too big of a conflict. If I am running and owning and promoting an automated algorithmic bot trader that happens to operate on my own exchange, you see how that sounds. So, look, if I ever sold CrowTrader or my part of it, or I stepped away from it or whatever, then yeah, there's possibility there, but then it wouldn't be CrowTrader anymore. It'd probably like go back to being like, I don't know, whatever, Aquatos or something like that. I don't know. What's up, Alexander? I see you. So, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to work on a lot of other exchanges. So ultimately, yes, I'm going to have a part in promoting a bot that's going to help all the volume of all the other exchanges but my own. So that really does suck when you think about it. However, from like a regulatory perspective, like, I get it, not that I ever would, obviously, but you could do a lot of damage if you owned a bot and you were doing, you could do a lot of different stuff, I think, with a bot. Not even that, like CrowTrader, anybody that looked at it, I'm sure, gonna be like, oh, well, this wasn't built to like fluff volume on, your exchange. It's just like people trading it and using it. I don't know. But anyway. What is the advantage for users to use Crowsnest versus other exchanges? Well, I will tell you right now, when you set up an account on Crowsnest X, you're legitimately setting up a bank account. And you're setting it up with a nationally chartered banking institution, and like, there are a lot of features coming that nobody's seen before. Like, you're going to be able to do stuff through the exchange that you've never done. You're going to be able to set up, I shouldn't even say it, but look, I'm just going to say there are going to be a lot of benefits, and they're going to be very, very cool ones. But here's my problem. I don't know anything about like securities law or financial law or any of that. I just don't. That's why you pay lawyers. And so my lawyers basically, and it's like, I don't know what is okay to say, what's not okay to say, which is something that I've been really working on getting my head wrapped around, because you know me, I love to just call it how it is, say whatever, it is what it is. It's difficult. Because, people can take things you say and they take it wrong, or they hear it wrong, or whatever. And, I see, are there going to be a plethora of alts on Crowsnest X? No. Think of Crowsnest X as a, give us something. All I'm hearing is you getting the benefit via fees to your business. Not trying to be that guy, but you understand how it looks and how it sounds. No, Crypto Glenn, I'm not understanding. Oh, I see what you're saying. What's our benefit for using it? Well, I can tell you this. I'm not going to be wash trading on my exchange. I'm not going to use my exchange to manipulate the market so that I am trying to manipulate the coins on my exchange. If we decide to list a new project, I'm not going to take, if we were to charge a listing fee, which at this point, I'm not even sure we're going to go that route initially. But if I basically just picture somebody running an exchange with some fucking ethics, that's what you're getting. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not saying that other exchanges out there aren't ethical or aren't doing fair, being, honest businesses. But Man, there are so many shitballs in the market running exchanges that have no business being there. And a lot of these people are guys with a lot of experience, a lot of, just because somebody has experience in a particular field doesn't mean they're better, and it doesn't make them better. What that does is that, if anything, I feel like, man, I'm dealing with a situation like right now where it's somebody with a lot of experience just pulling a lot of shady shit. And it's like, I don't really understand, when it comes to exchanges specifically, there's just a lot of bad stuff going on. Yes, there is KYC, AML and KYC on my exchange. There absolutely will be. It's one of the first things you're going to do when you set up an account. Jason is about profit and volume, not the quick buck. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a little worried to some degree because because I'm not going to be playing a bunch of games, and I'm not going to be doing all of the shady shit to try and make my exchange sound like it's the next best thing to slice bread. And, everybody's on here. Look at our liquidity. Look at our volume. And it's all fake. I'm not playing those games with people. And it's like, whatever happens with the exchange it's what it is. And I hope it does well, and I hope people adopt it. What are some of the things that are going to separate us from a lot of others? We're going to get to that when we've actually launched, and I'm going to have my lawyers basically give me a list of the things that I can say, because I don't honestly know what I can legally say, and I don't want anything to ever come back. Oh, well, you said this, and this isn't 100% accurate, and yada, yada, yada. I don't want to deal with that. And I'm learning that so much of that stuff is so touchy, and I just don't want to take any risks. So, I think that once you've used it and you see it, a lot of it's going to speak for itself. And when new functions and new features and things like that are ready, because there is some really cool stuff. I think I can get away with saying, like, there is going to come a time in the future that you are actually potentially. No, I don't feel comfortable saying it. It's pretty badass, but I don't feel comfortable saying anything yet. Just when it's time. That's a good businessman preferring to sleep good at night, then sleep. I'm not sure what that meant. Heavy on the KY. Yeah, no, AML KYC is a must. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to operate an exchange in the US or really anywhere legitimately without AML KYC. That's just all there is to it. And honestly, I don't blame the government for mandating that. Thank you all. We will help. Just believe me. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I look. Nothing that I've been doing in crypto has been like, even down to like reviews and features on my channel. I mean, if I did not feel comfortable about a project, I just told everybody, like, this is shit. Like, that's it. Like, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't get into this. This is a shit show. The team is garbage. There have been projects where I thought, hey, this looks really, really good, and maybe I've been wrong. There have been projects that I thought, well, I don't know of any projects that I thought were garbage and actually surprised me. To be quite honest with you, I don't really know anything that I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Don't touch it. Stay away. And then they're like, oh my gosh, they're at $100 billion market cap. Blow was I wrong? Like, I don't think that's happened. So yeah, man, I just, what's going on? What's up, Crypto Face? I mean, you care for us and want to do good business. You're not going to rip people off. No, I'm not. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, when the market comes back and everything does, this at the spike of the next cycle and all, I'm going to be doing so well, to be quite honest with you. I'm probably going to do very well. And I don't need any of this stuff. I'm not going to need any of this other stuff to do well. And but I don't know. I love to build, and I love to develop, and I love to learn new things. And I will tell you, for a guy like me who is not college educated, who's self-taught with everything, look, I'm a pretty smart guy, but there's a hell of a lot I don't know. And I don't claim to know things that I don't. and I'm just very much a realist when it comes to the crypto market or any of this stuff. I mean, pretty much anything. And I don't know. I want to eliminate all the dirt balls and all of the there are a lot of times in life where you can be misunderstood or people can misinterpret certain things, and it's like that's just going to happen. I mean, everybody has their own agenda. There might be people out there that don't like me because, oh, well, you're tall, I'm short, you suck, I'm, whatever. I mean, that kind of shit happens everywhere. Some people just suck. But there are a lot of good people in the crypto space, and it's not all dirtballs and shadies and whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. It's freaking late. It's almost midnight. All the smartest leaders rely on specialists. I help them do well. That's just good business. Absolutely. I mean, that's why, when it comes to all of this stuff, I'm at the mercy of my lawyers, man. If my lawyers aren't doing well, I'm not going to do well. And so that's pretty much it. We're going to be crow mining next week. Yeah. I'm pumped about that, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see everybody's crow miners like just getting switched on, man. All them lights, all those jet engines roaring. It'll be like the beginning of a NASCAR race. Like, I'm pumped about that. So, we have the best people and the worst people. We do. That's an absolute fact. Some of the best people and the worst people. Let's see it. Uncle Charlie will pull us through. Do you know yet if ADA will be on your exchange? I really, really want it. But here's the thing. Okay, so to kind of go over a list, this is actually a thing I play with constantly when I'm doing videos. It's this sticky putty. And I actually use it sometimes as filler when I'm putting models together. So this is what I'm always playing with, and I'm just shaping it in different shapes like all the time and messing with it. I guess you can't even really tell that I'm doing it. Thanks for being real, Big Papa. No problem. I'm not the brightest star in the sky, but I'm always shining bright, and I'm always trying to keep it real. That's the least I can do. What the hell was I just talking about? I just watched the show today on Netflix about memory. Like, wow. So what does one need to comprehend to actually succeed fiscally? Need more likes. Smash them. Yeah, smash the likes. Oh yeah, Cardano. As far as Cardano is concerned, I do believe that once Shelley kicks off and smart contracts are implemented, you're going to have a proof of stake platform with smart contracts, and I'm telling you, I think Cardano has a chance at kicking Ethereum's ass in 2020. I really, really do. We'll see. It's all speculation, but man, Cardano's all-time high was $1.33. Ethereum's was like almost 1,500, and I don't know, man. I just see Cardano having an opportunity to really kick some ass. Oh, that's right. Somebody asked me, will Cardano be on Crowsnest? The process for, we're only going to have, you can go to the site. It's showing you, and the site's about to change. Oops. Oh, wait. Why is this coming up? I'm not sure why that's coming up, but that's not good. I need to go look at the site, I guess, and see. Like right now, all I have up there is a little HTML page. Like there's nothing else on it. So I don't even know why that would be coming up. Unless there's something with the, hold on. Unless it's something with the HTTPS. Oh, interesting. I'll have to ask the devs. Well, I don't know what's going on. Basically the things that are going to be on there, And keep in mind as well, the website itself is completely separate from the exchange. It's actually pointing to the server. So I don't know what's going on with the site. It could be anything. I'll have to check it because I haven't touched it in quite a while. But there's like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, I think Stellar Lumens. You know what? That's kind of mess. I wonder if that comes up. Yeah, the identity, the certificate. SSL error, bad cert domain. I don't know why that's, something's wrong with this, the cert. Your connection, content blocking. So yeah, that's popping up. There's something wrong with my SSL certificate. So I need to get that fixed. For whatever reason, Firefox isn't liking it. But you can see right here. I'm like, there's no way like that's been messed with. It's just an HTML page, and I don't know what could have possibly been. It's the SSL cert. So there's an issue with it for whatever reason. So I'll need to address that with the registrar. But anyway, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, and then at some point in the future, the Crow coin. And then there's going to be other stuff as well, but we're going to start with these, and then we're going to see where the demand is. And, you know, the thing of it is they can't be, if something is considered a security, we're not going to trade it. Although we potentially could, I don't want to. So the way everything is set up, we could potentially trade securities, but if I'm not doing any of that until we get like a broker dealer, and that's a whole other ball game. So, you know, that's a whole side of things that at some point we'll do. I want everybody to think of Crowsnest X as basically like, you know, if you know somebody is like wanting to get into Bitcoin or or basically any one of what I consider the major cryptos right now, primarily Bitcoin, you'd send them to Crowsnest X. They'll be able to set up an account. You know, their accounts are basically going to be like, you know, setting up a legitimate banking account. You're going to do the AML KYC, everything you're going to do just like a bank account. And then any fiat that's deposited up to, I think it's 250,000 is going to be insured. And then we're actually working on crypto insurance as well, but that's a little pricey. So I need to basically build this up a bit first. And so it's going to be a stepping stone, and it's one of those things that will get better with age, kind of like wine. And this whole website's going to change. There's going to be a lot of stuff on there. There's going to be a blog, you know, all kinds of stuff. List your coin, that's going to be removed. Obviously, this hasn't been updated in quite some time, and that's my own fault because I'm the one that built it. So, yeah. What about Tron? I think, here's the thing. I think when it comes to a lot of these projects, if it's on CoinBase, there's a good chance I could possibly list it. Because if it's on Coinbase, even though they bought, as I understand it, they bought a bunch of companies with like multiple broker-dealer licenses in multiple countries, like all kinds of stuff. So Coinbase is able to do a lot more than I can. I'm basically starting up where Coinbase started, you know, just with actual regulation. And so, you know, my goal for the exchange ultimately is I want to build a relationship with the regulatory bodies, and I want to make sure that I have their guidance and that, you know, my lawyers know, you know, that their job is to stay abreast of everything coming out from the SEC, the CF, all the regulatory bodies, and that we are structured and situated in a way that like we're doing everything the proper way, plain and simple. And we're not going to be playing any games with anybody. So, you know, with all the shady shit that foreign exchanges do, we're not going to be doing any of that. I mean, plain and simple. Could you actually see me sit there trying to set up a big wash trading operation on my fucking exchange to try and fool people? Don't think so. Never going to happen. And so that's kind of that's the stuff that I want people to, to be able to count on. And I don't want, like, when the day comes when we're actually trying to file for our broker dealer license, I don't want there to be a time like with Bittrex and they basically, oh, Bittrex, you've been trading all these shit coins forever. And, because you've been trading so many different securities, and you didn't have these licenses. Well, now we're not going to give you one, or we're going to make it a lot more difficult. Hope your lawyers know more about crypto than taxes. Yeah. Well, lawyers aren't necessarily meant to know a whole bunch of stuff about taxes, but there's definitely things that they can help with. Quite an inspiring move, man. Really nice. That's cool. Yeah, we'll just Crowbase. That's funny. We'll see. I'm just kind of doing things one step at a time, and I'm trying to be as, I don't know what the word is, like, every I's dotted, every T's crossed. I mean, that's the thing. So thank you, man. Thank you, Blue Fig. I appreciate it. Is Bitcoin about to crash? I mean, I don't think it's about to crash. I think it's just coming down. Like I said, for those of you guys that have come in late, it's basically touched on the 128-day moving average, and I think we're going to be done, and then it'll start going back up a bit. It's not even so much that the price of Bitcoin has gone down. It's the fact that the price of Bitcoin has gone down, and it's lost some dominance. Which I'm guessing this is one of the first times we've seen this in quite a while. So I find that interesting. But with the volume and everything that the market's been in lately, that could be anything. It could be a handful of guys in a Telegram group, trying to get some activity going in the altcoin market. It could be a bunch of millionaire teenagers out there like, let's get this altcoin market going. Like, you just never know. And when the volume is low like it is right now, and everything's just been kind of in this accumulation phase, and there's been all this jankiness going on, anything is possible. So yeah, that's it. Lawyers are a double-edged sword. Yes. You are compliant like XRP. Crow, I trust you. You're real. I try to be as real as I can. Will you have a mobile app on release date? No. I am talking to them about getting, we are going to have one, but it's likely going to be a couple to few weeks, I think. It could be a month after we launch. Because there's just other stuff that I want to get done first. I know a lot of people want to use an app, and they like having the apps and all that, but that's a whole other thing. But it won't be too long after launch. That's going to come. It'll probably come within the time frame that the STO is going on. So we'll see. Looks like it's climbing out of the down candle now. So I say bye. Well, I mean, easiest way to look at that is that's a 15-minute chart, and it doesn't look like it's climbing to me. Here's a 5-minute. No green on the 5-minute either. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go to bed. What did CryptoFace do? I don't know what he did. Did he do anything? He just popped into chat, I think, and said hi. I don't know. Am I oblivious? Can you put some trading view type stuff on your exchange? It's already there, brother. You're going to be able to do everything you can on Crowsnest X that you can do right here on TradingView for the most part. We're going to have this whole thing right on. I mean, it's just like all the other exchanges. Like, everybody's pulling these trading charts in. So you're going to have them on Crowsnest as well. What was Tika's #1 coin? I don't know. You know what? This is all I'm going to say about Tika. I know a bunch of people back in the day were asking me, what do you think about Tika Tawari or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know anything about him. And I kind of like downed him a little bit before I really did any research. And because I was like, I think he charges like a couple $1,000s or whatever for his newsletter. And I was just like, man, that's kind of crazy. Like, who charges $2,000 a month or a year or whatever it is? I think it's a year for a newsletter. And I was kind of like, well, I don't know. I wasn't that aware of him. And then somebody was sending me different things of like videos that he's at $2,500 a year. He charges $3,500. So we're getting different prices. Regardless, it's a lot. I think that he definitely knows his stuff, but like he seemed real. Like I've seen stuff where he was basically trying to say that like he had sources that were basically guaranteeing that the like the Bitcoin ETF was going to go through and all this other stuff. That hasn't happened at all, man. Like who are his sources that are telling him this? I just think he had a gut feeling, and that gut feeling is called sources. and it's like, I don't know, man. He knows a lot, and he's a smart guy, and he's definitely good. He's helping to educate a lot of people, but I don't really buy into anything. Guys, I'll tell you straight up, if I were watching myself on YouTube, I wouldn't buy into half of the shit I say either. Because you just don't know. There's no possible way of knowing 100% what's going on. Like shit, I didn't know that this altcoin market was going to take so damn long. There's no way you could really know anything 100%. So you got to take everything with a grain of salt. You do your own research, and then you come to your own conclusions on what you think is going to happen, and you don't blame anybody else. I get a lot of ideas. I watch a lot of other YouTubers just to kind of see, what are you talking about? What's their impression? What tools? I find out about new tools that are coming out in the market from other people. Because then they find out from other people. And that's how a lot of us kind of, and I have my, my invite only group where I kind of go into, who's doing what's popping. And that's it, man. It's just, you got to be real careful. Face had a 500K short. All we can do is try to get an edge. Exactly. That's all you can do. You try to educate yourself. You look at a lot of different perspectives, and you figure out what feels right to you, and that's it. So is that blue line the 150 MA? No, it's the 128. 128. Crypto Face sounded looted. 3 sheets to the wind with his Backstreet Boys video about an hour ago. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a part of Market Cipher. I mean, I haven't turned it all off. I've had this going lately, this crypto VN or whatever, not because I don't think Market Cipher is not cool, but because we're doing some stuff. We're using this for some research. Buy everything then, Crow. Wake me in 2024. I mean, that's the thing, man. You put bets on enough dogs, one of them's gonna win. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Just wanted to come on and kind of shoot the shiz a little bit with everybody. If I stayed on another hour, I'd probably have 600 people live in here. But, yeah, just it's midnight. But I did want to say hi, and I saw what was going on, and I'm like, okay, let's talk about it a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the metrics, and we'll go from there. So I love crypto VN trend. It's made me good coin. Yeah, I dig it. I mean, it's a cool little wave trend indicator. And if you're looking at it, I mean, it's giving you the same buy sell signals as Market God. So you could very easily trade these red and green dots, and you wouldn't even need Market God, really. I mean, that's my opinion. But all right, guys, I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Crow your coins. Have a good evening, sweet dreams, and all that fun stuff. And let's hope we don't wake up to an $8,500 Bitcoin tomorrow, unless it decides it wants to wick down to 8,500 so that we could say we touched it, filled the gap, and moved forward, and then we're well on our way to 20 and we break out of this channel. But I don't think Asia is going to be doing that tonight. However, we'll find out soon enough. Have a good night, guys. See you later.